Brady's wife.
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy to know that even a man like Tom Brady, the GOAT of football, could be cheated on. You know, it makes it feel like, okay, it's okay if it happens to me. You know,
Once Kobe retired, I feel basketball just
super
fall off.
It did. It really did.
Most of my life, when I was young and I spent time watching football and sports,
Yeah,
I was like Joe.
Welcome back to
Hey, we're into it.
Where culture meets conversation. It's your boy Bishki Baby and my A1 Day One flyest white guy in the business, Mr. Tim Big Daddy Simmons. Aside from economics, anything else popping off?
No.
Yeah.
Work's been kind of slow, so been remodeling the house. And
bad way, or just
it's kind of just like anything, it's stressful when you don't have a lot coming in. And because a lot of our huge projects got pushed back till next year.
Why is that? Just cause?
Yeah, just cause they didn't get approved through the city yet, and making changes and all these different things. So now we're doing like piddly stuff. But it did give me a little break. I tried to appreciate calming down.
Yeah.
And
no, especially because your drive, bro, is a lot.
Yeah, dude,
yeah,
for
having
sure.
to go up there. So you haven't been going up as much.
These last 2 weeks now. I mean, I went up once a week each week. But
is there anything you guys are still doing, or is it just the bigger project?
Yeah, we're still doing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday we start. We got a project we just signed today, so we're starting.
Okay, nice.
We're starting Monday, so we'll be up there next week.
Yeah.
But it's been nice remodeling the house. It's been pretty fun.
Yeah. Hopefully,
I'm excited for it, man.
Podcast Studio 2.0.
Hey, it's gonna be nice, dude.
I bet it is.
It's already like the things we've done already are like, man, this has been needed.
I'm excited. I'm
really
excited. Good. I'm looking forward to it.
But other than that, what about you? What you doing?
Just some exciting stuff with the guy.
Okay.
And content autopilot. Yeah. We're really launching. And pretty much the premise is the company is an all-in-one content coaching service where we take on businesses and content creators and pretty much provide them with every aspect they need to succeed in the social media game: ideation, scripting, editing, strategy, and all these things. So that's really, really exciting. Aside from that, just dealing with the nonsense of the female customer base in the world. I actually have a couple stories I want to touch on dating wise, just because I feel, one, women need to hear this, and then two, men, I think, also need to know if there's other single guys out there, they're probably dealing with what I'm dealing with, and it is not good. It is very bleak now out there. I think I went on probably one of the worst dates I've ever
been on. Oh, let's go.
Yeah, it was very, very bad in every facet. And this girl, again, I wouldn't ever put anyone on blast.
Yeah.
But
Jennifer, you know who you are.
You know who you are. No, this girl legit tried to reverse psychology me in a way and try to make me feel like your boy was doing something wrong. And I'm not saying like I'm perfect or like that, but I approached that date like I've approached every single date in my life. And I have to say, man, I've never had a girl respond the way this girl did. So I got to play the odds and the logic. It's like, if I've done something 1,000 times and 999 times it's been excellent, is that one time on me?
Let's hear it. What was the thing? You see, it's gonna mess up your 1,000th one. Then she's gonna hear it and be like, "Hey, I thought I was special. Why are you not doing that for me?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I went out with this chick. Okay. Well, here again
what do women need to know and men need to know? Just let's cut to that.
Okay. For the women that are out there that are focused on what a man can bring monetarily to the relationship. Okay. And for the women that are so upset by the statement of a man asking them, okay, you want me to make a lot of money. You want me to provide everything you could possibly need so that you can stay home. Right. And just pretty much live off of my hard-earned money. When those women are asked like, okay, fair enough. Like you ask all these things of me. just out of curiosity, you know, what do you bring to the table?
Right.
For the girls that get upset with that comment, okay, where they're like, a real man and a real man of status and value wouldn't ask a woman that, okay? My question to them is, if a man asks you, what value do you bring to the relationship, and you get upset by that, is there a small chance that because you don't know of any value that you bring besides perhaps your looks, and that's why you're getting upset by that comment? For instance, if somebody asked me, what value do I bring to a relationship? I'd be more than happy to state the value that I bring because I know what value I bring.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I ask a girl that and she gets upset with me because I asked her, what value do you bring to the table? Maybe it's because she brings no value to the table.
Sounds
is
right.
that am I crazy?
No.
That's the one thing I want women to hear. I feel like a lot of girls, and I've met a couple that are, you know, they fit that criteria.
Right.
I just ladies, if I were you, I was an attractive girl and I wanted to nail the guy that was millionaire who can give me the life that I want, right? Which is to never work. I sit back at home and enjoy the spoils of his labor. I probably would do everything in my power to build up the skill sets that I need to be a valuable participant in the relationship. Like, hey, you know what? If he's a millionaire and he's going to give me the life that I want so desperately, I could pick up some cooking classes, or I could maybe read a couple books on like family, you know, raising and stuff like that, you know, mother techniques, whatever it is. You know what I mean? That's just personally what I would do. And I also would not get mad at a man asking me the question, hey, you're asking me this. I don't want to work. I mean, these women are very straightforward. Yeah. I don't want to work. I want to have access to the Amex. I want to be able to buy these things and all that, blah, blah, blah. Cool. I get it. You know what I mean? But the other thing that I find really, really funny is the encounters that I've had with these girls that have commented on these things, and they tell me about past experiences with rich guys.
Right.
Why are you talking to me then? Why are you not still with that guy? Oh, wait, that guy dropped you because of the fact that you bring no value to the relationship, and he got what he wanted ultimately was to beat it up. And he did.
Right. Do you want me to play devil's advocate a little bit?
For sure. I already knew you were.
Okay.
But by all means, go ahead.
So what I hear when a woman would say something like that, I'm just saying when you're talking like this, talk like this. If a woman's saying, I want a man who brings a financial value to a relationship, I guess what woman doesn't?
Sure.
For one.
Fair enough.
No woman wants a broke guy.
No.
And when I mean broke, I mean a guy who's not competent. Financially competent in the world of just making money, having a job, being able to succeed in this competitive world we have here.
You would say, so like she financial wants stability.
Yeah. She wants safety is what she wants. She wants security and safety.
Yeah.
She's saying, I want someone who, you know, is going to be able to take care of me. You know, she finds herself to be of value because she's probably pursued by a lot of men, right? She's pretty. She's going to be pursued by a lot of men. With that, she's like, especially wealthy men are pursuing her. Once she sees that wealthy men are pursuing her, she's going to say like, okay, most men have money that are pursuing her. Maybe she's not looking at all men, but the men that are all pursuing her all have money. And so she probably gets accustomed to that lifestyle, right?
Oh, very much so, yes.
Right. Yeah. So she's going to get accustomed to that lifestyle, and then also just have that expectation.
She's brainwashed almost into thinking like, oh, I deserve these things.
Right.
Yeah.
And these are very select years of her life that she's probably going to be able to feel these ways.
Right.
Later on in life, when she's not the prime, she's going to be, it's going to be a much harder road for her.
Absolutely.
Right? Yes. So anyways, but at this prime time where a lot of people are pursuing her is a lot of the times where she doesn't want to settle down because she wants to trade up to the next, to the next, to the next. And then eventually she thinks she's going to find the one that does all of her list, right? But again, she's focusing a lot. This is what we talked about last podcast. You find what you are.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So if she's trying to find someone, or you find what you're looking for, is really my point. Not really what you are. Like, you find what you're looking for, and you also find what you are. Like, but at the same time, if you are looking for someone in a shallow way, you're going to find someone who's looking at you in a shallow way.
Yes.
Right? Regardless of what that shallowness is.
Agreed.
You might bring sex and just beauty and a person next to you that might be all the man wants. But that's easily trade-upable for the next, best thing, a couple years later.
Or a newer model.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly. So I think that whole dynamic is just screwed up. But at the same time, I understand what she's saying when she's saying that. She wants security and she wants someone who's going to take care of her.
Security or abundance, because it sounds like abundance.
Most likely, probably abundance.
Okay.
But ultimately, that thought origination comes from security. And then it gets manipulated into like, I want to be taken care of. I don't want to worry about money. Agreed. Then it turns into, I want to be taken care of at this level. I want to be on this boat. I want my man to have this status. Like, money might not even be a thing. It might be like, I also need my man to be known by so many people, right? He needs to have, some sort of fame or some sort of status with other
prestige,
men.
Yeah,
prestige, right? So there's that. But I think again, it's back to being very shallow. But at the same time, I think that same woman would learn a lot if she just looked in the mirror and said, look, what is the value that I can bring to a relationship when a man who already has everything? And I think a man who has everything doesn't need meals cooked. He doesn't, like the average man does, but the man that she's looking for, they don't need those things. They need peace. They need, what are you going to do to make my life easier? Because their life is so busy. Any man who has any sort of value is busy all the time. He's got shit going all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He's got taxes going after him. He's got, business partners that they have business deals that they're in litigation. They got, they're fighting with the cities on approvals of this and that. They got lawyers up the ass of just calling them constantly. I got this problem, that problem. You need this contract signed. All these lawyers looking at different things. He's under he has a very stressful life being a high value man. That's how it goes. Yeah. When you are competent in stuff, that means you're doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
You don't people aren't just sitting at home collecting checks.
Yeah.
That's not what a lot of these guys are doing.
Yeah.
They are busting their ass. They're working hard.
Yeah.
And so the last thing they need is to come home and some person just crying in their ear about they didn't, put the toilet seat down or just whatever, it's retarded.
Right. Like naggy.
And again, naggy. And so I think that's something that women completely ignore. It's just bringing these men peace. And for the average man, I also think that is so important.
Yeah.
Bring the average man peace. Have that be your value.
Yeah.
And also encourage your man to be a man of more value.
Yeah.
If you're constantly telling him you're not good enough or you don't do this for me or I deserve this, no man is really going to want to sit there and give you something you're demanding.
Yeah.
He wants someone who's going to support him in giving you that life, not demand him to give you that life.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. Yeah. But a woman like that, what you just said, I think that woman is completely skewed.
Yeah.
She is lost.
Yeah.
Almost beyond.
And this is the problem that I have with us guys is we've created these monsters.
Oh, no doubt.
The reality is it does not take much to get a guy to go to his basal animal instinct of like, I want to F that over there.
Oh, that's the easiest.
You don't even have to be a freaking dime piece per se. You can be like a 6, 7, 8 and guys are going to like, I'll give you the world, baby. I'll give you the world. And I'm just like, I wish us as men could be a little more withheld with promising these girls the world and giving them these things, especially these rich MFs that are doing this to us, regular Joes.
But they're just
up and coming,
trying to get laid.
I know, but it's
these
just
dudes are just trying to get laid. So they tell these girls, because girls don't are fine being lied to. They got
no fucking game. So they have to go back to, I'm going to pay for this, baby.
Yeah.
I'll buy you this BBL. I'll buy you this car, because they have absolutely no fucking game.
Yeah.
And that's my frustration, because I have game. And I can put in the work and get a girl to fall in love with me just because of my charisma and my fucking personality and all these things. So you got me cussing, Tim. I'm pissed off about this whole situation. But that's the truth. That's the reality. So that's the thing that's annoying to me, is like they're weak in their game, in their ability to pull a girl. So I had a friend like that growing up. Okay. His parents were rich, right? And this was his game. We would go to the hookah lounges or wherever we'd be at, right? We find a group of girls. And he had a nice car because his dad bought him a nice car, right? He would get a bottle of Patron or something like that. And he'd go to these girls and be like, hey, y'all trying to drink? Come grab a shot.
Right.
He'd show them the car. That was the planting of the seed right there.
Ah.
And then from there, he'd maybe pull out the wallet, have some cash on him, like floss. Like, did I do any of that kind of stuff? No, because I had to rely on my just personality and my charisma as a person, as a man, just to be able to say like, hey, I wasn't broke by no means growing up, and I was very thankful for what, my family was able to provide me and whatnot. And even when I did start working and just doing my own thing, but it's the reality. But I get it also from the girl's perspective, is like, if you're waking up to text messages from multiple men every morning saying, good morning, beautiful, meet me for lunch. We're going to grab some lunch on me. Hey, baby, here's $500. Buy yourself a nice pair of shoes.
Right.
On me. Hey, baby, we're gonna hit the yacht next week.
What do you expect the girl to do?
She's gonna get, and I mean, imagine hearing this every single day.
Exactly,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But
that's my frustration with the women and the men too. That they go into this like that's their go-to.
Yes.
Is like, hey, I'm gonna spoil you like insane without the girl even doing anything to deserve it besides being hot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just a different world. It's just not the same anymore.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm also trying to be realistic with myself. And maybe it's like, okay, when I was in my 20s and I was pursuing these 20-year-old girls, they weren't.
Yeah, they didn't have that expectation.
Because they were
have
still
10
young.
years of hey baby, here,
exactly.
let me give you this. Hey,
they
baby,
were just in the early phases of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I could still just spit game and pull.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like now it's like,
no,
not only do I have to spit game,
but
I have to come with the
competition level's
Lambo
gone way up.
Like yeah, exactly.
And now you're competing with guys. Before it also used to be competing with everybody in your high school.
Yeah.
Exactly. When you're in high school, or you're in the desert, you go in the local nightclub.
Right.
This is it. Before social media, this is your competition.
Yeah, exactly. Who's here right now?
Once social media opened up,
it was a wrap.
Bro, you are competing with. There's guys in Texas hollering at her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For no reason other than, hey, I'll fly you out.
Freaking foreign countries. Yeah. Like other countries.
Right. So it has gotten way more competitive.
Yeah. See, and that's another thing. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm just like over it, man. I don't think I'm even
But again, that's why I always feel you can't make excuses. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Better yourself.
Yes.
Compete.
Yeah.
The way you can.
That's where my mindset is. That's where my mindset is. Like, you know what? Again, just like I said before, bro, in the first episode ever, technically the second, whatever, when I was like, I'm coming back with vengeance. Mm-hmm. This is like another little thing for me now. Now I'm like, okay, all right. I thank you, actually.
Yeah.
Because you just lit a fire. Now I'm going to be that guy.
Right.
We're super successful, money galore. And I'm not going to give it back I'm not going to be one of those guys. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to give you the world and like that. I'm going to be like, listen, if you're not going to bring as much value to me as I'm bringing to you, sorry, baby girl.
Well, okay. So what do you expect a woman to bring in value?
I expect a woman to be able to, one, more than anything, she has to truly be a woman of God. And boy, Tim, every one of these chicks, and I've had 70-something connections with these girls on Hinge, and every single one of them claim, "Oh, I'm a woman of God, and I want a man of God, and all these things." But then when I go on these dates with them, and I hear how they're talking and what they're focused on, I'm like, "This is not very godly,
right?
Not godly at all, actually."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I'm perfect or I'm super godly myself. You know, I'm still a man, I'm still weak, and I'm still trying to better myself. But there's a lot of false advertising in so many facets. But for me, true woman of God, she needs to have there's 5 things that I need. Woman of God, I need respect, I need loyalty, I need communication, and I need honesty. Okay. These are my 5 pillars for a successful relationship and what I want in a woman. In addition to that, if she's not going to work, then she needs to hold down the fort in every facet. Great. She needs to be the general. She needs to either handle the food situation, whether it's cooking, or she needs to figure out a way to have food on the table. Okay. She also needs to be a woman that I can trust to raise my children if we do have kids. Okay. Right.
So again, what I hear in that regard is you just want someone who's just going to be thoughtful and take care of you.
Yeah. And more than anything, she's going to be my support pillar.
Yeah.
Like, especially with what I'm doing with thoughtful.
This. So like, hey, look, she sees you're coming home late from work, and before you get home, you don't want to sit there and be like, hey, can you have dinner ready?
Yeah.
You just kind of want her to be like thoughtful enough to be
like, hey, maybe it's ready for you.
Hey, yeah. Just kind of get it ready.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing with like, you can't expect every day dinner to be ready.
Yeah.
Like if you guys are going out together and you're doing things, you just want her to be thoughtful.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Get some napkins on her way back from the
yes.
From wherever she's going.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Make sure she's just being thoughtful and looking out for your best interest.
Right. Yeah. Right. Let me ask you this: with you and Angie, like, what was that dynamic like? Was she one of those ones that was like, hey? Because I mean, I literally went on one date, bro. 5 minutes in the date, the girl asked me, how much money do you make a year? I'm like, could I get your name first?
Right.
Like, I don't even know who you are.
That's
like,
awesome.
And you're going to ask me something like that. You know what I mean? So what was it like with Angie?
I would say it was very normal. I don't know what normal means anymore, but it was just a very normal. She's a very normal, good, wholesome girl.
She still works, right?
She quit and she works for me now. She works with us now.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's great, actually.
Yeah. So she does the secretary work and she
nice, good.
So which is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, why make money for somebody else when she should?
Right. 100%. Yeah.
That was ours first. We just got to a point where we needed someone in the office.
I remember you telling me too, the other one was trash or whatever.
So she does that, but she worked for,
the insurance
5 years of our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that, she enjoyed that. But at the same time, she's always been a woman that really has taken care of me, has done all the things you're saying.
Yeah.
She immediately, very early in our relationship, I think my mom had a big influence on her when it came to God. And so early on, she started, wanting to go to church.
Yeah.
Once she heard about God and Jesus, she was really very interested.
Yeah.
She grew up Buddhist.
Yeah.
And she just had a lot of weird thoughts in her mind about it. She's like, a lot of this doesn't make sense. Also, she noticed that the people in her life didn't live the life that they claim to say that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
So she noticed a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
And then when she started to learn more about Jesus and Christianity, she really was like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so immediately that changed her. So immediately she became a woman of God.
Yeah.
Like, almost immediately. It happened very, very quickly.
Right.
And in that, it really helped me grow in my faith too.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, I was kind of going through that spiritual transition as well.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I even met her, when I told you in that original story of me just praying like, look, God, change me.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to change anybody else. Change me.
Yeah.
And immediately when I changed, she came into my life.
Yeah.
And I was acting much more, I guess, appropriate.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I attracted her.
Yeah.
Because again, one of my questions would be, when you say like, I'm looking for a godly woman, like if a godly woman came into your life tonight, would that godly woman look at you and say, you are my leader as a godly man? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if you're not that, would she just pass you up? You know what I mean?
Very, very possible that she could, but I do feel like I could.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, so that's one of the things that I really think men should look at Like we are the leaders, you know? And so you need to be, if you're looking for a godly woman, like you gotta be that godly man and that woman will come.
Yeah.
But if that godly woman comes and she notices that you're not that, why would she why would she want to follow that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's,
she might want to keep it moving.
And that's kind of what I'm telling myself too, is like, you know, I'm not oblivious to the fact, like, I can't just be like, oh, it's everyone else is the issue. It's not me.
Right.
I look at it as what you've been saying, like, hey, this is maybe a self-evaluation moment for myself where I'm like, hey, am I really what I am trying to attract? And if I'm not, then I need to continue to, you know, the process of bettering myself.
Right.
Because one, my thing is like, I don't think anyone that is of value of status has the mindset of like, all right, I made it. I'm good. I can relax now.
Oh, of course.
It's constant growth, constant learning, constant just everything. You're ever developing. So even though I know I've come leaps and bounds from where I used to be, I'm not satisfied with where I'm at.
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
There's still a mountain I want to climb.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
I also think being much quicker to remove yourself from people that are exactly who you came in contact, like that one.
Yeah.
Like, why even waste any energy on that? Once you find out who that person is, once that person exposes themselves of who they are, it's just like, okay, fall back.
Yeah.
Like, of course, out of so many women, you're going to reach all these different types.
Yeah.
And the last thing, why even waste any more time on these people? The second they say like, well, I am the table.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you say, what do you bring to the table? And her response is, I am the table.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
There's your red flag.
Well, I just got to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then
see, that's just that. And
there's
that's
no more conversations needed.
That's what I'm mad at myself for, is because when all that transpired, I already knew at that moment, I was like, yeah, this is not going to go anywhere. But my dumb ass self was like, I still want to see if I can pull it. You know what I mean? And I like kept on pursuing it, even though in my head I was like, I'm not, this is not a long-term chick. Like there's just no way. Like even if I did pull it, I'd be like, okay, let me enjoy it for a little bit. And then after that, I'm like, all right, dude, I need to like focus on something more legitimate. You know what I mean? So it's just, I guess it's like a personal ego thing for me. And it's just something that I like, you know, cause I did do well with women when I was in my youth, or at least when I was in my 20s or whatever. And, you know, it's, I hate to say it, but again, in the true CVP fashion, your boy keeps it real. Like I'm not gonna lie or I'm gonna be honest on the show, like as much as I possibly can.
Right.
And it is a part of it for me is like the chase and conquering it, and like getting a girl to fall in love with me was like a thing I was really, you know, captivated with in my 20s.
Right.
Just because I like knowing like I pulled it. You know what I mean? And I know that's not good. And I know it's a waste of time. And I know I could be doing 20 things that are more valuable to me in the long term.
Right.
You know, even in the short term too. Right. But again, not perfect, still working on it. And as every day goes by, I do get a little bit better, and I do realize I'm like, all right, dude, don't even start, Bishoy, because you know how you are.
Right.
And then it's going to be a waste of time. You're going to go out on a date. You're going to waste money that night. It's probably going to be the same situation. And the other thing that's kind of crazy, dude, that I've been noticing, and a lot of, I feel like a lot of people can relate to this, is dating now in 2025. You can go on a date. It can be absolutely amazing. And the next morning, the person's like, yeah, it's just not there for me. And I'm like, it's just not there. Like this was textbook, perfect chemistry. Great night, like everything is good. I could totally understand if like at one point in the night it's like got really awkward, or maybe someone said something that the other person really didn't like or not. But it's like either people have become such great actors that we can play through the night like it was going amazing. Because me, again, I'm a very authentic person. Like if I'm enjoying the date and I'm enjoying myself, I'm enjoying myself, you know. And I can say, besides that one bad date, which I'll get into, all the dates that I have gone on have been excellent, absolutely amazing, you know? And I mean, according to the girls, unless they are all of them, not all of them, but some of them are just straight liars. They all told me the same thing was, I had such a great time. You're amazing. Like you know, looking forward to the next stage. You know what I mean? But
how many of those have transitioned to the next stage? And is it not transpired because of you or because of them?
I don't know. Like one of them that it was like kind of like my first. Well, the first one I ever went on was a lovely gal. All the girls are lovely. Like I don't no ill will to any of these girls that I've gone on dates with, but the first one I went on was like a spur of the moment thing. She was great. She was cool. She seemed a little bit more high maintenance for me. And I just was like, and the distance was a big factor.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I was just like, I kind of like told myself at that moment, I was just like, and I'm not a groveler, man. I'm not gonna like simp. You know, I used to do that when I was really young and I just can't do it anymore. Like, I'm not gonna beg these girls or like just like smother them with attention because I know there's 35 other guys doing that in real time. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to be that guy. Like either you see the value that you get with me and you offer equal engagement or I'm straight, you know, but I don't know. I'm not going to like chase these girls just because I know they have 30 other guys chasing them too. You know what I mean? So that first one, the date went really, really well. And, but I just didn't follow through with it. And when I did later on, she was like, no, you didn't pursue me the way I like being pursued. And I was like, okay, yeah, but I also told you that I'm a busy man. I'm trying to build something from the ground up. Like, I don't have time to text you 24/7. I don't have time to text you every single day and stuff, you know? And I get people are going to say, well, if you really care about the person or if you're really into them, you're going to make time. Get it? But right off the bat, there's nothing established. So why would I be, invested in putting that time in if I have no rapport with you technically still? It's still so fresh and so brand new.
I think the problem with that would be, and this is definitely a problem with online dating, was there's always someone in the queue. Right? So the second you go on the date, the date's great. While you're on the date, during that day, she has matched with 36 other guys, or you know, who knows how many other guys. 4 of those guys have texted her and said, you know, or responded through the app or whatever it is. And so your date's going good. You don't respond after the date. And so immediately she goes and responds to those dudes. And they do all the things you're saying. And you call up later and you're like, hey, what's up? And they're like, well, by then it's 6 days later. And she's already moved on and already went on 3 other dates. It's tough because it's competitive as heck.
No. And it's so true. And again, I know I'm not anything worth, like, especially if we just go on one encounter. Like I wouldn't expect them to be still as emotionally available or into it.
But if you were later. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. No, if you were really into that girl, would you hit her up the next day? Or are you trying to be
very potential? Yeah, very.
Or are you trying to be more like,
I'm different. I'm not gonna like pursue you like that. Yeah. It's probably a combination of the two. Also too, I take it ultimately as God is at work. He's writing the script. And if I innately didn't put the effort in, there's got to be a reason.
And that's what I would say.
And whether that reason is this is not the one for me, or whether he wants me focused on more important things at this moment. I think it's ultimately that, you know. But again, to be completely in the true CVP way, I think I'm just TRT'd out, bro. I'm just TRT'd out. A part of me wants the physical affection and the like, you know, the intimacy that a woman could provide. And then another part of me is like, I don't got time for a relationship. I don't. Like, I really don't. Like, there's just no way I could give my all, because I am the type of person, like, if I'm in a relationship, dude, I'm a dope ass boyfriend.
You want to be into it.
And I'm a good boyfriend too. Like, you know, I do know how to treat a woman well, you know? But it's hard right now. It's very, very hard. That's another reason why, like, I feel like I would need a very unique girl that is, when I say support pillar, like I would need a girl that understands like, yo, dude, this guy's trying to build something big. I can either be that rock next to him, and that girl's like, yo, I stood by you and helped you grow, which that girl, whoever that girl is, if you're out there, can give you the world. I promise you that. But the reality is, I don't think I've met her yet. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And it's okay. Yeah, it really is. It's just, again, your boy's just horny.
Dude, it took me 10 years to find someone that I was really like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me a long time.
Yeah.
Like,
can I ask you this? Did you?
Time. Yeah, we knew. We both knew really like right away.
Yeah. What was it that made you like? Was there a
moment? It's the thing that you can't ever say. No, there's no moment. It's just like, the vibe was right, and it just was right. And then that's how it works. That's kind of like any good relationship. One of my good buddies said this right off the, I would date these bad, well, let me say, rephrase. I'd go on these bad dates.
Yeah.
Or I'd even have a good date.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd have a girl that I found to be attractive.
Mm-hmm.
I found to be, you name whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd call my buddy and I'd say, hey, I met this girl. She's this, she's that, she's this, she's that. Tell him the whole story. And he'd be like, interesting. And so he'd never really give me a lot of feedback, like whether this girl was good. Oh, he'd be like, oh, that's good for you. But he would never really give me feedback either way, right?
Mm.
Then one day I came to him and told him the same thing about this girl. Oh, she's this, she's that, she's that. And so he goes, Tim, what I find to be interesting that you keep doing is you keep trying to not only convince me that this girl's good, you're trying to convince yourself that this girl's good. If she's good, she's just going to be good. You're not going to need to convince me, and you don't need to convince yourself. You're not trying to excuse all these bad red flags, obvious red flags, and say, well, those red flags don't matter because I seen her do this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, bro, you're just letting me know about 8 red flags that you're trying to just ignore and pretend like they don't exist, or pretend like you don't notice them when clearly you do because you're bringing them up.
Yeah.
And enough convincing me and yourself.
Yeah.
You know what is right and what's wrong. If you see the red flags, keep it moving. If you don't see the red flags, then maybe that's a potential, right? But so that really opened my eyes to be like, man, that's so true.
Yeah.
I constantly would come to him, be like, yeah, this girl's dope, but she does this and she does that. And even those, but she does this and but she does that.
Yeah.
Looking back, those things were major red flags.
Right.
Major red flags. Right. Why did I waste 9 months on that person?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I knew from the beginning, and the whole entire 9 months was a nightmare.
Yeah. Because
of those red flags that I was choosing to ignore.
But she was a baddie, correct?
Didn't matter.
Yeah.
Does not matter how.
That's what I'm saying.
Even if they're like, no, she wasn't a baddie. She was a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. Those red flags are red flags for a reason. So why do you feel like men do that then? Why? Because I feel like it's because the girls are attractive. Because they do. Everyone has a balance.
Yeah.
Right? Whether their balance is 50% good, 50% bad, whatever. I mean, look, everyone's good and bad, right?
Yeah.
But those red flags are innately who they are.
Yeah.
If they are innately selfish, if they are innately self-centered, egotistical, all the things that make any person, man or woman, bad, and when I mean bad, I don't mean like they're bad people as humans. I mean bad people for a relationship, especially for me, right? Yeah. And what I was looking for. I was looking for someone like a companion. I was looking for someone who is going to want to give me a life just as much as I want to give them a life, right? And so, and in our roles, not in our, I'm not asking for a financial role.
So what would you want? I know Angie exists, but I'm saying like, what did you want out of your female companions?
I wanted someone who brought me peace at home.
Okay.
I wanted someone who innately looked at my life and said, how can I make his life easier?
Okay.
Right.
So were things like, oh, she needs to be able to cook. She needs to be able to clean. She needs to be able to raise the kids.
It's not even that. It's just a matter of like, I don't really give a shit if someone could cook or not cook.
Okay.
If I'm hungry, she's going to try to get me fed.
Okay. So it's the
figure that part out.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're going to go get food or whether or not you're going to figure out a way to be like thinking of like, okay, my husband's coming home or my man's coming home. He's probably going to be hungry. Is he going to be eating? When he comes home, is he going to come home to just a disaster at home?
Yeah.
Maybe I should pick up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just do little things that are just thinking like doing for me.
Yeah. Considerate.
Just for the sake of you're trying to do for me, being considerate.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever that is. Now, again, if she had a really long day at work or she had a drama that something happened in her family or something like that, and on that day, she can't do whatever it is she would normally do. Yeah. That's when I am like, okay, like I can have a little bit more grace for her on those days.
Yeah.
We're talking about on the normal days.
Yeah.
Is her looking out for me and being like, hey, look, my man is I want to look cute for my man. Doing that for him. I want to just be, I want to just do a little extra cute thing for him. Doing those little cute things extra, right? It's not anything in particular. Yeah. It's just having me on her mind. Yeah. She needs to be like, I don't want to say obsessed with me, but I want her to be constantly thinking about me and about what she could do for me to be like, look, love is really a give. Anytime you're receiving anytime I receive love, it's not me loving. It's that person, whenever you give, that's where real love is given. Yeah. Right. And so when I want someone to love me, and in turn, I will love that person and vice versa. But also I'm a big part of, I love the 51-49. Okay. 51-49 is I believe in always giving more than you receive. So, and I try to do that with more people in my life than not. I would rather give more and accept less. Even if that person does their best to give, I'm trying to constantly do more. I would rather if anyone gets screwed out of this relationship, I would rather me get screwed than you. Yeah. Right. So I would rather give more than you. And that goes with everyone in my life, trying to be a little bit more than them. Not necessarily a competition, but in the sense of, I don't want people to feel like I'm taking advantage of them for any reason. And this would even go for my partner, right? I want to be giving more than I'm receiving. Yeah. But I also want my partner I don't want it to be skewed where it's an 80-20, where I don't want to be taken advantage of either. Right. Right. So there is that balance, and you have to kind of figure what that balance is. Yeah. And once you find a woman who starts to take advantage of it, you kind of have to put your foot down and be like, no. Like, I'm not going to be taking advantage here. Yeah. I'm giving you this not for something in return. This is an unconditional, but at the same time, but at the second I feel unappreciated, that does need to be called out. Yeah. Right. So there is those levels of give and take. Yeah. But Angie from the beginning has always had that. She's definitely just been that way. And that's one reason why there's never been any convincing. It's immediately been, how can I help my man? Yeah. How can I serve my man? Yeah. How can I make sure that his life is easier? Yeah. And that's what's made her so different from everyone I met during that whole time. Is she just really had that mentality going in. Yeah. Which helps a lot. Yeah. But I think that's tough for a lot of women. Like you said, they like that woman in particular. Yeah. She's not saying she's going to be any of those things. No. She's just saying like, look, I'm here to take. Yeah. What am I? And that's really what you're saying. Yeah. I want someone who's going to give and take. Yeah. I want someone who's going to love me, which means they're going to be, giving to me, not just taking from me.
And it's not even like, oh my gosh, I need my woman to cook, clean, and
no, of course not.
I just want, like you said, like I want a woman that's going to be considerate and just be like, yo, what, like you said, honestly, how can I make my man's life easier? Right. How can I be his peace? How can I be his support? Exactly. Because ultimately I have no problem with the idea of like providing everything for my wife or my girl or my partner or whatever, because I do believe that the man should. We're hunter gatherers and providers. You know what I mean? Like we're there to protect, provide, and ultimately protect and provide for our families. You know what I mean? So at like a basal, view, but I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the girls that I've been experiencing or coming into contact with have just been very, very like one-sided. They're not like, I don't get the sense of like, man, this girl's really going to love me. I get the sense that she's only going to love me as much as I can do for her.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're not feeling what she's going to give back. And you want to feel that she's just as willing to give you as you are willing to give her.
Yeah.
And remember, give is it kind of doesn't matter what that give is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if she's going to give to you again with no conditions is what you're asking for. I want you to give me, marriage is, through sickness and health, rich or poor, right? Again, that is saying I'm going to give you without conditions.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean if the conditions get screwed up, I'm going to do my best to put you in that nice house. But heaven forbid,
I can't.
Yeah. I get hurt. I get this. The market crashes. Do you mean people lost everything in COVID? Yeah. They had their grandpa's business that it's been passed down. They're killing it. Then all of a sudden COVID closes that business.
Yeah.
It was no mistake of their own.
Yeah.
But a lot of families got destroyed from that.
Yeah.
Because they were not able to support and continue to give their side to their wife, right? But that's neither here nor there. But the point is, you're supposed to stay with each other regardless of what the other person can give, because you're loving them which means you're giving to them.
Yeah.
And again, even if that restaurant owner guy loses his business, he should be competent enough to be able to be like, look, I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to put in X amount of hours and I'm going to take care of my family regardless.
Yeah.
Like that is your role.
Yeah.
Period. Full stop.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so do your role.
Right.
Do your role.
Yeah.
And don't care what she's giving back.
Yeah.
Now, the woman in particular should give her role regardless of what's going on with her life. Like, do your role. I don't care what's going on in his life. If he's struggling with whatever it is, still do your role.
Yeah.
Give to him. Both people should be focused on giving to each other and less on taking from each other.
Yeah.
And everyone will get everything they want.
Yeah.
But if everyone is focused on what I'm getting from you, then like even you asking, what do you bring to the table? You really shouldn't be so concerned with what is she bringing to the table. Let her prove to you what she brings to the table. The odds are the woman who says, I am the table isn't going to bring shit to the table.
Yeah.
You are going to feel it more so than what she says.
Yeah.
So don't give a shit what she says.
Right.
What if she said, I'm going to give you peace and I'm going to give you love and you're going to get sex 3 times a day. Yeah. It's just words. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
The reality is,
I would never.
What is she giving and what is she not?
And normally I would never ever ask a girl that, but it was just because this girl was like,
yeah, of course.
How much do you make?
Of course.
What do you give me? What are you giving me? I was like, okay, like you want all these things? Okay, fair enough. I'll give you these things. But just out of curiosity, I even asked I literally said, just out of curiosity, with you asking me this, same question to you. What do you bring? Because I knew where it was going to go.
Of course,
yes. You know what I mean? But yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's something that you should be concerned with. I think the reality is if it is the right person, words won't need to be expressed. No. It's going to be through action and feeling. You know what I mean?
You'll just know it. Again, you won't need to convince yourself that this person is good. Right. You're just going to feel it. You're going to feel that girl being like, dang, she does everything for me. Yeah. This is dope. Yeah. And when I say everything, it's not even going to be everything. Yeah. But it's going to be enough for you to notice that this girl's giving me herself.
This is kind of like a little lateral thing, but I'm just curious what your thoughts are on it. You know, the concept, the chicken or the egg, what came first?
Okay.
Do you feel the man that is a player came first, or do you feel the man loved first and was brokenhearted first and became a player because he was brokenhearted by some girl that betrayed him or cheated or something? What do you think is the beginning of that?
Man, I don't know. I think most players are just men with options. So if you're in high school,
so you don't feel like those guys maybe gave their all to a girl at one point, that girl betrayed them and cheated or whatever, and
there's that
man
scenario.
was like, I'm never gonna feel that again.
There's that scenario, and then there's the high school jock, who from the time he was in junior high, all the girls wanted him, and he, grew up.
I don't think there's one.
Grew up a stud.
Answer.
All the girls wanted him, and all he did was just continue to play out his options.
Enjoying that, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think there's all of those. It's everything above. Like everyone is gonna play out.
Do you feel like there's a chosen soulmate for everyone?
I mean, it's hard because I do feel like, again, my wife now, I would say yes. I mean, we have that type of relationship. But in reality, I mean, I know relationships, there's a logical world. I would say no.
Yeah.
I would say it's two people who are really, again, they're looking at the other and they're saying, I love this person. At any time, I could choose to just be like, I don't want to give anymore. And that relationship's going to fall apart.
Yeah.
Right? Me straight up. Yeah. And at any point, she could do the same.
Yeah.
Now, are we soulmates? Like, no. It is any sort of relationship is a battle in your own mind to say, look, you got to give to this other person. Yeah. We're going to get older. That person's I'm not going to always be able to do everything.
Yeah.
As I get older, there's going to be certain things that we're able to do and not do that other people that are younger can do.
Yeah.
And so we can always trade for different things and attributes that other people have at any points in our lives. Like as we get older, everything changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything changes. And so it's a very, it's a weird question, but the reality is, no, I don't find soulmates to be true. Yeah. I find two people who truly take commitment serious and truly want to put the work in. And I truly think if you live a biblical life and you keep, as a man, you put God first in your life, the woman will ultimately be happier. She will have a true leader with a higher moral status. That moral, other than yourself, having God as your moral compass will keep that relationship much more on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Now, is it a guarantee? Obviously not.
No. Yeah.
But that's going to keep that relationship much more on the right path.
Yeah.
But as the man, you need to lead in that regard. Lead that family in that path, because it's not you telling her to submit. It's God telling her to submit.
Yeah.
It's not you, God. It's not her telling you to love me when she's being a brat. It's God telling you to love her when she's being a brat. You know what I mean? It's different.
Yeah.
When it's not you guys telling each other, well, you should do this for me and you should do that for me. When you have God telling you both, you need to do this for him and she needs to do this for you. And that is what makes that relationship be like, oh, dang, okay, God, I got to follow my ultimate. That's why we always put God first,
right?
Because God tells us how to act. Yeah. And if you listen to what God's saying, God is telling you how to act.
Yeah.
And he's going to tell her how to act.
Yeah.
It's never fun when you tell her what to do.
Yeah.
That's never gonna go well.
Yeah. And I don't think any guy really wants that. They want a guy that's a girl that knows how to act.
Yes.
Just like I'm sure a girl wants a guy.
But when she puts God first,
yeah,
God's telling her how to act.
Yeah.
And and if she, like you said, if she is a true woman of God,
yes,
she is gonna be like, okay, this is how I treat a man. Not because society tells me to treat a man this way. Not because my mama tells me to treat a man this way. It's because God tells me to treat a man that way. And that's why I need to treat my man this way. Yeah. Vice versa for you.
And ladies, please, if you're going to claim to be a woman of God, really try and be a woman of God. Don't say you're a woman of God. And this goes for men too. Let's all try a little harder, please, because it's wild, man. It's wild, these claims, you know what I mean? And again, I'm speaking to myself. I can't claim, and I talked about this before, like, I know there's going to be things that I'm going to be a hypocrite on. It's just the reality of it. We're all hypocrites to a degree, you know what I mean? But it's just wild what I've been seeing, and just the disconnect. I'm just like, if these are what we're claiming to be, godly people, we are on a very, very dark path. You know, there's this post that I see all the time, and it's two paths, and it's like, I believe in God, I obey God. There's a ton of people walking this path. There's very few that walk this path, you know? So,
the road to hell is very, very broad.
It is.
The road to heaven is very narrow.
Very narrow, very narrow. And many are called, but few are chosen.
There we go.
But at the same time, you know, it doesn't mean it's not doable. It just means, just like anything in this world, you have to put the effort in. You have to put work in, you know?
But that's why I think my best advice is you get into the word, you spend time with God, you work on being a better godly man. That woman will immediately come into your life.
Yeah.
Agreed. And that's, you know, you look at people like, how did Ashley and Evan find each other?
Yeah.
They are, talk about soulmates. Those two people, they were two people that were both beautiful people on their own.
Yeah.
Beautiful people.
Yeah.
Very attractive people.
Yeah.
Very fun people.
Yeah.
And the fact that, but also extremely godly people.
Yes.
And the second they found each other, boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Married, kids, blah, blah, blah.
That is the prime example, in my opinion, of like having God at the center of the relationship.
Bro, they are
and
awesome.
what it can bring to fruition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They are, you know, it's so funny because, you know, I don't know. They're just awesome.
Yeah.
They're
No, they're role models. They're relationship
definitely
goals for sure.
They are absolute role models and just great moral people. And they definitely, from the moment, they both had God first before they met each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why God has blessed their relationship so much.
Yeah.
Is
for sure.
For that exact reason.
For sure.
You know,
they literally are like the model.
They are
family.
awesome.
Like, and I'm sure, I mean, no one's perfect, no relationship, and no family's perfect, but they're pretty up there. Yeah. You know, they're pretty up there. Shout out Evan and Ashley.
Ashley's difficult. We know this.
Yes.
We know this, Ashley.
She's giving me some crap on a couple of my posts too. So love you, Ash.
She's a firecracker.
She
is awesome.
And I miss you, Ev. Come work out.
And Evan is a stud.
He is. He's a stud in the truest fashion.
Oh, bro.
Very,
Evan
very
is
true.
amazing.
Very, very true.
We need to have Evan on.
We do. We're waiting for you, buddy. We're waiting for you. I got to bring you on to relive the heart attack story, because
no kidding.
He's the infamous Evan that we're talking about. This is the infamous Evan.
Yeah, I knew Evan and Ashley before they knew each other.
Wow.
And
you knew Ashley too?
Oh yeah.
I only knew Evan.
She's my business partner's cousin. I've known
shit.
Ashley since she was a young kid.
Oh wow.
I've known Ashley forever. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I've known
That's
Ashley
crazy,
forever.
man. Yeah. So how did you meet Evan?
The gym.
Just from the gym, separate from Ashley.
Yes, completely separate from Ashley.
So it wasn't like you knew Ashley, she met Evan, and then that's you met Evan?
No.
Wow.
No. I knew Evan at the gym.
Yeah.
And then he said he met this girl, Ashley, and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And it was her.
Crazy.
And it was me.
That's wild.
That's
awesome. That's wild. Any final thoughts?
No.
Any plugs for you? Any shout outs?
Not yet.
Okay. Before we take off, I do want to shout out again, content.
Go to church. That's my that's my shout out.
That's the ultimate shout out, right?
Go to church, y'all.
Yes,
go to church. We need to take this seriously.
Yeah,
we are seeing evil everywhere in this world.
Yes, I think now is the biggest calling.
Bro, it is here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But it seems like there's been a good shift.
Oh, I think so.
People like starting to focus more on their faith and really picking up the mantle.
I pray that's what's happening.
It's sad, unfortunately, that it takes a situation like that to draw the inspiration and the action for people to take. But
that's
it's also according to his plan, man. That's where we say, through even the darkest, most evil thing can come beauty. And that's the beauty of God right there. You know what I mean? In his fullest. But yeah, with that being said, I did want to give one last shout out. And that is, again, to Content Autopilot. Again, if you are a business owner, especially if you're a business owner and you are trying to turn views and followers into revenue and leads and sales for your company or business, you need to speak with Content Autopilot. I am partnered with them, so leave a comment, DM us if you have any interest. You can find them at Content Autopilot, all one word, or you can also check out the guy who is the founder and creator of Content Autopilot, Evan, the guy Alberto. And our team is just next level, man. You're going to be seeing a lot of big things coming from that organization in the future. Again, if you love what we're doing here at Clear Views, please like, subscribe, and comment. We would love to hear from you guys. We'd love to hear what you guys want us to talk about. We also would just potentially maybe even be thinking about bringing a fan or a follower on to be on the show, maybe get interviewed by us. So your engagement is the key to that happening. But with that being said, another one for the books.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.